at the end of my second vegan bulk. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and we are finally here. The end of my second cut on the vegan diet. So a little context, I've been vegan for about 5 years, and this was my second cut on a vegan diet. Usually I bulk for about 2 years. I go very slowly, trying to put on muscle mass without gaining much fat, but you will gain some fat, and after about 2 years I'm ready for a cut. Usually my cuts last around 3 months, but this was the biggest, the longest cut that I've ever made. It went on for 5 months. So how much weight did I lose? Well, I lost about 10 kilos. I went from almost 81 kilos to 70, some days even below 70 kilos, but I don't feel like I lost any muscle mass, honestly, and I really don't feel like I lost volume. And as you can see from the videos and the pictures, I look like I have the same size, or I'm even bigger now, and that's the beauty of getting shredded. But in person, when I have a shirt on, I do look way smaller, and that just happens with every single cut. That's just the way it is. But the most important thing and the goal with this cut was to get in the best shape of my life and to show everybody that you can get really shredded on a vegan diet naturally without steroids, and I think I did just that. I started seeing veins that I never thought I had, like veins in my forearms up here, tricep veins, veins in my abs, even a lot of veins in my legs. That means that my body fat is really low, and I could have gotten even more shredded if I just kept going for about 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks and I would be stage ready. I would be ready to jump on stage and compete in bodybuilding, and maybe even have a chance in winning in one of the smaller categories, because I'm not big, obviously. But I could do it, and I could do it on a vegan diet, as you can see. But I didn't want to do it because, well, I never really wanted to compete, and I didn't want to go that extra mile because I felt like I didn't need it. Why would I put myself through that? Because if I went on for another 2 weeks, it would be really hard for my hormones, for my health, and all of that, and I just don't see the point. I got in a really good shape, and it was starting to be hard, especially at the end. I felt like my hormones, like testosterone, went really down. My cognitive performance started going down. I started forgetting stuff and spent the whole day thinking about food, which is really hard when you're trying to perform mentally. My physical performance actually was pretty decent, to be honest. I don't feel like it went down at all, especially in the beginning of the workouts. After about 45-50 minutes, my performance did start to go down, but I feel like it was more like my mental performance, my will to be in the gym, my will to work out, than my physical well-being, my physical performance, let's say. So why did the cut take so long? Well, it took so long because I could. That's basically it. Because I didn't have any date where I needed to end the cut and be on stage, be in the best shape ever, I could take breaks. And I took a lot of breaks during the cut. The cut went on for about 22 weeks, but at least 2 of those weeks I wasn't even cutting. I was maintaining, I was in a caloric maintenance, because I wanted to kind of reset, let's say, my metabolism, my hormones and all of that. And I feel like this is something that everybody should do. If you don't have a specific day, you should, after a while, after about 2-3 months of cutting, take a week off here and there. It will be good for you mentally, but it will also be incredibly healthy. And after that, when you go back into a caloric deficit, your weight loss rate will actually increase. increase, which is incredible. So I do recommend you to take breaks sometimes, and it will also help you keep your performance high. Now, how about my training during the cut? Well, I didn't change anything. I've been doing a push-pull leg split since ever. I work out for 3 days, rest 1 day, work out another 3 days, rest 1 day, and that's pretty much it. I focus on progression, trying to get better every workout, trying to increase 1 rep or 1 kilo. I log out my workout so I can know if I'm progressing or not, and I really tried to do this, and I was able to do it for the most part of the cut, which was incredible because usually people can't keep up that progress during the cut. I didn't do any cardio just because I didn't need it. My workouts take about 1 hour and 40 minutes, so I don't want to spend more time exercising each day because I have a life. So yeah, no cardio at all, and cardio is just a tool. You can use cardio to help you burn more calories, but you don't need cardio to lose weight. Your main priority when losing weight, when it comes to exercise, is the gym, the weights in the gym, because it will help you maintain muscle mass. Otherwise, if you just focus on cardio, you will lose fat, but you'll also lose a lot of muscle mass. Okay, and now for the part that everyone wants to know, how was my diet? So I started the cut with around 3200 calories and I ended it with 1900 calories. That's almost half. What I did was simple. I just logged my calories in Chronometer, the app. You can check out the app down below with a link. Sign up, it's free. I weighed myself 3-4 times a week, and at the end of the week I did the math. If I didn't lose any weight for that week, I would cut 100 calories. And that's pretty much it. Every time I stopped losing weight, I would cut 100 calories, 100 calories, 100 calories. And I ended up with 1900 calories, the lowest I've ever been on a vegan diet. I ate around 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. That's pretty standard, and you really don't need to go above that. You don't need to go above 2 grams per kilo of body weight. Even when cutting, I just don't see the need. I never did a low carb day or really low carb day. I never went below 200 grams of carbs at the end of the day, not counting fiber, because I usually get between 60 to 100 grams of fiber a day. So this is the trick that I use to maintain my performance during the workouts. Don't cut your carbs. Your carbs are fueling your workouts. Why would you cut them? Just stop with the nonsense. You will not lose more fat because you cut carbs. You need to cut calories overall. On this topic, it would be actually better, and I did use this, to cut fat, because 100 calories from fat will get you more fat than 100 calories from carbs because of the thermic effect of food. When we eat something, our body will spend calories digesting it, processing it, right? And that amount of calories is around 5 to 10% for carbs and only 0 to 3% for fat. So fat is more fattening than carbs for the same amount of calories. Obviously this is not a huge difference, but at the end of the day it can be 100 calories, 50 to 100 calories, and that will be enough over a long period of time, over 22 weeks, to make you lose more or less weight. So actually I kept my fat around 30 to 45 grams per day. Now, you don't want to go too low. You really don't want to go low fat, below 10% of your calories. Don't do that, because that will mess up your hormones, and especially when you're in a cutting phase, your hormones will already be pretty messed up, and you really don't want to add to that. I ate around 4 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack or post-workout, and dinner. And my last meal was around 8 p.m. and I usually go to bed between midnight and 1 a.m. However, by the end of the cut, because my calories were getting pretty low, I decided to start fasting in the morning. I cut the breakfast and I only ate 3 meals a day. Why did I do this? Because I much rather have less meals but bigger meals than to eat every 2 hours 100 or 200 calories and never feel full. And actually there's a lot of science behind this, because when you never feel full, you never signal the leptin, which is the hormone that signals that you're full, and that's why you should eat bigger meals to feel fuller and not just eat every 2 hours. There's no reason to eat every 2 hours. It won't increase your metabolism, nothing like that, and it will make you think of food every 2 hours, which personally I hate, so I much rather lower my meal frequency. Alright, and now for the biggest weight loss tricks. The first one is volume. This is the one that I always use. When you're losing weight, you should be eating more, not less. You should be eating way more, and that's what I do when I'm cutting. The thing is, you're eating low caloric density foods that are big in volume but have almost no calories, and that's pretty much all the veggies. So usually if I'm cutting during the summer, I have huge salads with every meal. I have the veggies in my meal, then I have a huge bowl salad with balsamic vinegar or something like that, so there's no calories in the dressing as well, and I never feel hungry. I'm always full, incredibly full from all the veggies, and that's just how you can lose weight without ever feeling hungry. However, because I was cutting during the winter, I didn't use salads, I used soup. I made a lot of soup. Usually my dinner, when my calories went below 2400, was just 2 or 3 bowls of soup with tofu. So I had a lot of protein from the tofu, and I had the soup to fill me up, and that was my dinner. That's one of the tricks that I use. And in here I can add another tip, that is eat more food during the day than at night. Because of chronobiology, chrononutrition, our circadian rhythms, you will put on more fat if you eat more at night than if you eat more in the morning. So this is something that you should use. So 100 calories in the morning will make you gain less fat than 100 calories at night. And yes, I do realize that by fasting in the morning at the end of the cut for those 2 weeks, I went kind of against this, but you have to mix convenience for yourself with science, and that's how you find the sweet spot. Alright everybody, and that is it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know that was a lot of little pieces of information here. As you can see, it is possible to get down to a very low body fat on a vegan diet. It is possible to step on stage on a vegan diet and without taking steroids, okay? If you're still watching, thank you so much. If you want to support a small YouTuber, just use my code RP5 for 10% off on everything on the Vivo Life website. And I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace.